hello, and what? No, I'm just kidding. I want to do a Raymond Castile Basement of Horror. Ray's just fucking awesome, dude. All right. I love watching his videos. He's just got a very good personality and a very good guy overall. So, oh boy, look who's already here. Fucking the man himself, Captain Crackhorn, Mr. Brian Sanchez. That's right. All right, so today here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say this again. As people like and subscribe. Ugh, I hate saying that. So cliche. I hate saying that. But anyway, so we're going to be, let's see, what do we have, about a week and a half, and I will be giving away free Migos. Yes. Fucking brand new, never opened. They're not damaged. They're in excellent shape. I will be giving them away. Just randomly pick people based on your comments, your attendance, your subscription, whatever. I'll be sending them around. If you don't want them, that's okay. You can do whatever you like with them. You can cook them. You could fillet them. You could broil them. You could boil them. Bubba shrimp, broiled shrimp, whatever. Anyway. All right. So, yes, free. Yes, they are free. Now, the only thing I'm going to tell you is they don't come with the coin. Now, let's talk about that for a second before we go to the mail. So let's talk about this coin for a second. So new Mego is putting out packages with coins in it. Awesome. This coin can be used for, is it collecting? Is it the same coin in every box? So for guys that went out and bought like 20 of these things, you're going to have 20 coins. Will you be using these coins to go to the local tavern with Bilbo from Lord of the Rings and purchase ale? I don't think so. I'm not really sure what you do with them, but I do hear they're made of real metal. And as somebody said, I'm not going to bring names up. Somebody said before that's awesome. It's made of real metal. Fantastic. You know what? As he said, and I'm stealing his material, is you can go to Home Depot and there's lots of things made of real metal. Anyway, they're kind of bland, got to be honest with you. There's really not much to them. And if I was going to go to the effort to put coins in, I'd probably make it a little more, put a little more depth to it, make it a little more desirable. I'm not quite sure what you do with it, other than perhaps you can flip a coin for it. And if based on the video that we saw this week or last, while they're giving coins, like who has coins, they alluded that it would be for a Two-Face figure. That's great. I hear Migo's got a lot of Two-Face figures in there. All right, let's open some shit because I love doing the digs. Oh, but before we do, hold on a second. Let me present this to you. Hang on. I'm going to share this with you because it did go up in, hang on. We got to stop it. All right, we got to stop this. Because I'm not going to say who the artist is because he may want to remain anonymous. I don't know why, because it's so fucking good. They really shouldn't. But, all right, let's do, hang on a second. Let's bring this up because this is just a gem. You know, there's certain people in this group, just, what'd you say? Show the shit you saw. Eat a dick, you mother effer. All right, let me share my screen. Hang on. I'm going to go for a window. I'm going to go here. Give me a second. We're not going to show anything yet. We're doing. All right, here we go. We're just going to show this. I love this. This is so awesome. It's a great background sound, isn't it? It's great background music. All right, so get your gold coins and get yourself in the gear. All right, let's see what we got going on here. It's probably just going to keep playing. I don't think I had it. You might have it on loop. All right, so packages for today. I don't know any action figures that come that flat, so we're going to have to go with, they're probably not action figures, but they are in the vintage collectible style. And again, thank you to the guys in the chat room, if you will, for fucking up my wallet and getting me into this shit. By the way, we're talking about having our own get-together, as I said the other day. We'll see how this goes. Depends on traffic permitting and time permitting and so on. But so we get this open. What do you guys think? I was thinking for meals, we have a buffet. No, there's no buffet. Oh my God. Sometimes I can be such a dick. Such a real dick. Is there a buffet? Whatever. Is this the good one or is this? Okay. So, a long time ago, the father of the modern action figure. No, not Marty. Don Levine brought up the wonderful G.I. Joe. The 12-inch action figure converted from doll to action figure. And I love this. And they put out all those incredible toys. They still make them to this day, as we all know. And some of you guys are heavy collectors. Heavy. But the one thing that I love, because I like original G.I. Joes. I never really did the 3 3/4. I was probably out of toys by then, or out of them. And the 12-inch action figures I really like. But these, we've been doing these little albums and stuff. And this I love. This is a G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe Adventure Team, the rescue from headquarters, book and record. As you can see, here's G.I. Joe. I have to try and do this. And here, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, that is a dinosaur. Right there. Do you see the dinosaur? No, I'm just kidding. I think that's supposed to be that's a crocodile, man. That is a mean, nasty crocodile. Look at the teeth on that thing. Let's bring it over. That is a mean, nasty crocodile if I've ever seen one. But he's cool. He's in his 6-wheeled ATV, or whatever you call that. What do they call that thing? I don't know what the hell they call it. Not an ATV. His 6-wheel buggy thing. And he's got his little hook, his winch. And I love it. And inside, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a second. Always wiping a circular motion. Okay. So inside is a 45 record, and it looks like we have two sides to this. Side 1, the rescue from Adventure Team headquarters, G.I. Joe, and side 2, the rescue. Okay, well, there's two sides to it, apparently. Peter Pan Records, you also know as Power Records, or one of the owners of Power Records, and they were based right out of good old Newark, New Jersey. If you've never been to Newark, New Jersey, boy, you're really in for a treat. It smells like urine. The homeless situation is really bad, and it's really not a place you really want to go. They have sections that are great, but like every place else, we'll just push all the poor, souls to the side while we build over here our fancy restaurants and don't really do much for them. So, love Newark. It's absolutely fantastic. I know I don't go there, but here's the back, and Joe's got a message for you, so I'd like to read this message because it's very important. Hi, parents. This action-packed Peter Pan book and record set includes a 24-page, full-color, illustrated storybook and a 7-inch 45 RPM record. It's been especially designed so that your child can read the story and follow the record word for word. This is a real learning aid that is educator tested and approved. It creates a desire to read as it entertains. And if your child is very young, read the story to him first. He'll have great fun learning to read as he follows the words, action, and pictures. And they show some of the other albums down here on the bottom. And what I love about this, there's G.I. Joe telling parents why you should buy this record and how to do this. Now, this is not the first G.I. Joe item that we've seen, or toy. It's not really a toy, is it? But it's a child's item that we've seen. That and the record just goes right. That goes right in the sleeve, and I'll show you the book in a minute. It's not the first one that actually tells parents that these are great. They're not just good for kids to pass the time because they're bored, but because they're educational too. If you guys remember, I showed you, well, it's not on this channel now, but it was before. I probably did a Facebook Live. We did the Aurora Karate Men. That's right. They look kind of like two G.I. Joes, and they're basically rock'em sock'em robots in karate outfits, and they look like G.I. Joe. Anyway, when you open the instructions on how to use them, the whole first thing in the top is how karate or karate. For you practitioners, I would not want to insult you with your karate, but they actually talk about how it's a very safe sport and how it disciplines and educates. And I love that they do that, because there's not a fucking toy today that's going to put 2 G.I. Joe knockoffs in a box and say nothing other than, here's how you push the buttons, have the fuck at it. Not like, well, this is a very educational toy. So if you don't want to spend $30 for these, or $20 or whatever they were at the time, which was much more expensive at the time for them, if you don't want to spend, here's a reason why you should. Anyway, so I love they appeal to parents with that. But, back in the day, parents, toys, educators, they're all on the same page. Today, it's parents versus educators all the time, it seems, and most of the parents are just dumbasses. But let's check this out. So here's page 1. I mean, look at the great artwork on here. Here's G.I. Joe. He's in his vehicle, and you can see the giant crocodile coming over. I mean, if you were really to size that crocodile to scale, based on the height of G.I. Joe, he's 6 feet. That's probably about a 14 to 18 foot crocodile. Now, that's a big crocodile. If you've never gone after a crocodile, seen a crocodile, that's a big animal. And for those of you who think a crocodile can't move very fast, children, tune in, because it's short legs. They can fucking haul ass. They can move faster than you can run. So don't ever underestimate the power of the croc. No, Sanchez. I didn't say the power of the KOHQ cock. I said the croc. All right. What I love about this, here's G.I. Joe defending himself with an oar. And it looks like he's winding up. Now, listen, you could say, okay, wow, he's pretty cool. That's Action Joe. He could save it. But I want you to take a look at his position very well. See the raised elbow in the back? See the focus on the animal? He's got the line of sight right looking at it. Man, when he delivers that oar across that crocodile's head, he's probably going to kill it. That guy, man, he'll hit that thing powerfully, better than Pete Rose, like, as a master of hitting. But as we go through and we start checking out all these different little comics and so on, it's got, a little comic. There's some great artwork in there. There's G.I. Joe going right into the water. Let's put this on, shall we? Let's go to the record player of fun. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the record player of fun. Now, for those of you who don't know the difference between a 45 and a 33, I feel bad for you. So we're going to put the little adapter in there, and we're going to get a 45 record on, and let's see what Joe has to say. What I'm really curious about, and I will bet you that Dr. Durant or Rich Hurley probably knows who does the voice for this thing. Matter of fact, he probably knows a lot about it, because Rich Hurley or Dr. Durant is way more smart than this. Actually, Brian Sanchez, you may know. You're a Joe collector. Let's see what they have to say. Well, it works better when you stay on the record. Here we go.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your Peter Pan storyteller.
All right, we got to stop that for a second, because that's what happens when you put your 45 record on 33. You basically got the guy from the Allstate commercial.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your Peter Pan storyteller. When you hear this signal, turn the page.
Okay.
All right, here we go. G.I. Joe, the rescue from Adventure Team headquarters.
Ooh.
A Peter Pan book and record.
The time, 1800 hours. The place, Adventure Team headquarters.
Follow along.
G.I. Joe and his buddy Mike are awaiting the arrival
G.I.
of
Joe.
a very important visitor.
This is fantastic. G.I. Joe and his buddy Mike. Not G.I. Mike. Not.
When is the Prime Minister due to arrive, Joe?
Later tonight, Mike. That is, if nothing goes wrong. There have been a lot of rumors about his enemies at home starting.
Just fantastic.
Have we got the Prime Minister's
How can you go wrong with that old-time radio stuff? If you can't appreciate that, wow. That's just fantastic. So it goes through the whole story. We even get to the part, I don't want to have any spoilers here, but matter of fact, there he is. There's the alligator into the water. And I was right. Just looking from the front of the book, this alligator into the water, he's probably about 18 feet long. That's a big alligator. Right, that's fantastic. I mean, seriously, that's G.I. Joe on record. Now, as you guys know, you Joe collectors, I'm no expert in Joe. Love G.I. Joe. I just don't have any. I have a few, I should say. But we're going to have to add this to the record archive, if you will. But what I love is that some of the sets actually came with a record. I know the Space Capsule set came with one. And hopefully these didn't get crushed. Oh, this one got crushed too. We're going to find out if it made it. Do not bend. Well, they bent it anyway. Thank you, postal worker. But yeah, but they came with their own records sometimes. And I think that's a hell of a lot of fun. You know, Rich, I'm going to tell you, these mailer records that they do for records for media, they suck. They're really thin, or everybody. But I'm going to bring Rich Charlie because he's got a hell of a lot more collection. Maybe Max too. They just suck. They're so thin. There's no protection. Like, you've got to put extra cardboard in there to even help. We'll see if it made it. This is a good one. Ooh. I'm not even looking at the comments. Let's see. What do we have here? Free. Get out. Just show the shit, you Sally. Very nice. The kindness in here is beyond. Another blow-up doll. Yes. Great artwork. My favorite era of Joe. I agree. I think the Joes in the 70s were fantastic. I think you guys, well, of course, the side that didn't have the extra protection is the one that got, that's the one that got bent. Let's see, did it make it? Doesn't look like it's damaged. Ooh. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Space 1999. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go with the tape again. These guys got to stop with the tape. It's very unfriendly to the packaging. All right, well, there's a note, children. What did they say? Hello, children. All right, let's see what they said. Favorite South Park character? Chef. Best. Isaac Hayes is fantastic. Thank you. I sell thousands of records a year and strive to describe all vinyl in an honest way. No games. No games. That's literally what it says right here. No games. If you feel I have misrepresented something or have any other issue with your purchase, for example, wrong, please let me know prior to leaving. I'm confident yours. Well, that's nice. That's very nice. The guy yesterday with the record that got broken, I was just going to ask him if, next time to package it better, and he wanted to give me a full refund, which I said he did not have to do. All right. Well, we have this. Vinyl. Let's get rid of the junk. All right, let's check this out. You ready? Okay. Hopefully you guys are all old enough to see this. I don't know how many of you guys are actually old enough or to know this. Space 1999. You know what we don't have on this? Well, we're going to play in a minute. So we've got all kinds of great scenes. Looks like explosion hitting the planet of the moon. There it is. The Eagle, or whatever that name was. I can't even remember. This show, I haven't seen this show in so long. I haven't even watched a rerun since it was out in the 70s. It was a great show. 3 exciting stories. Breakaway, Death's Other Dominion, Mission of the Giants. And here's our characters right here. Great actors. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. On the back, there's the Eagle, the Eagle 99, the Eagle 1, I remember. We're pleased to report that Space 1999 won a recommended viewing commendation from Dr. Werner von Braun, president of the National Space Institute. Oh, my God. You guys got to see this. Check this out. You see that? We are pleased to report Space 1999 won a recommended viewing commendation from Dr. Werner von Braun, president of the National Space Institute. The fuck? I don't even know what the National Space Institute is. I know about NASA. All right. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Doesn't seem to be anything crazy. Let's put it on for a second. Let's see what we got. And then we'll get into the toys. Let's turn the speed back down. The one thing about these incredibly cheap 5 Below record players is they do play 45s, 33 1/3s, and 78s.
It is the year 1999. On Moonbase Alpha, preparations for a manned probe of the recently discovered planet Mega are almost complete.
The $6 million man, David Alexander, a.k.a. Star Wars action figures greatest supporter, and Migo, the motionless picture #1 fan, bought more tickets to Star Trek. Star Trek, the motionless picture, than any person on the planet, documented in the Guinness Book of World Records. This is fantastic. So I guess with these albums...
Professor Bergman. Victor, still here? Yes, I got caught. Listen, John, things are far more...
I don't think they used the original actors' voices when they did these records. Dr. Durant, a.k.a. Rich Hurley, can you clarify that? Did these guys use original actors' voices? Maybe sometimes. This album doesn't seem like it. You know, maybe the actors didn't want to do it. Maybe they wanted extra money. I don't know. Pretty sure the real actors probably would have asked for more money than the guys that were just filling in to do voices. It doesn't sound like these are the originals. But this is great. So my no record collection is now, I think we're in the, I don't know, maybe in the 15 album range. Woo! Mama! Do that thing. All right, so this is Space 99. Again, Power Record. Who else? Oh, no, there's other companies that do this. I think Decca Records, I think, did these. Who else did these? Come on, get in there. Get in there. Decca Records, I think Capitol did some. I got to look. There's a whole bunch, but Power Records seems to be the big one back in the day. All right. Before we get to the toys, we actually have two more. Wow. Somebody's been on eBay, huh? Fragile, please don't bend. Thank you. Sure. That'll give the guys inspiration not to bend it at the post office. Why not? With these things, they're great. The stories are fantastic. And I was telling Rich and some of the other guys that I could just sit down here in this corner of the toy room of solitude and listen to these things and just chill out, man. Read old comics and so on. But I also... Wow. Now, see, that's how you pack a record. Got extra padding, extra protection, extra cardboard. Yes. Ooh. This is a good one. What I really love... Did I get two albums? Oh, no, that's just cardboard. What I love about it is it's such a walk back in time. It's relaxing. It's fun. All right, here we go. More Power Records. This, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The $6 Million Man. Look at the artwork. It's fucking fantastic. He's got the bionic eye. Right? You see the bionic eye over here. And it's doing the right with all the rings around it. I'd love to have Ray Castile do this because there's just detail in here that he picks up that I want. The little power symbol. New, never before heard stories of the most dynamic hero on TV. Here are 4 exciting stories. The Haiti Connection, Operation Deep Freeze, to win an Oscar, the Loch Ness Syndrome. Is this sealed? Oh, you fucker. All right, I'm not playing this yet because it's sealed. I have to open it another day. So today we're just going to admire the artwork to the $6 Million Man. David Alexander, you came in the right time, bro. You came in the right time. There we go. You should add this to your collection, Holmes. These aren't even that expensive. You can get them like real. I mean, based on compared to the action figures you buy, these are nothing. This is like going to the store and buy a stick of gum. These are actually, it's phenomenal. Look at them running. It's just fantastic. Look at the artwork on that. Come on. I love that. I've got one $6 Million Man comic book. It looks kind of similar to this. And that's thank you to Mr. Brian Sanchez. All right, let me look at these comments because it gets a little out of the way. Let's see. G.I. Lou and his buddy Stankus. Nice. Yeah, I love Rich. I just saw a comment. Set it to 45. Yeah, I kind of realized that a little too. Mike's a civilian. Oh, all right. Well, Mike sucks then because he's not doing anything. Can't wait for a record to get in one of these days. So Sanchez is getting a nice record. David Alexander stepped in. Let me see what he said. Howdy, doctor. Hey, David. That was definitely not the TV actors. Agreed. Thank you. I absolutely 100% agree with you. They weren't the TV actors. I wonder how much they pay them to do records. How much could you have made to do a voiceover on a record? $10? $20? $100? You know, remember it was the 70s. Believe it or not, I still have my 3 LPs of the first 3 Star Trek movies and a season 3 blooper reel on vinyl. Wow. So David Alexander, this is easy to buy. Just go to fucking eBay. They're all over the place, man. There's tons of them. There's a whole bunch of $6 Million albums. I think I brought other ones. I honestly can't remember what I bought as Rich Hurley, a.k.a. I keep saying this, Dr. Durant, until you guys get it in your head. But as he kept saying, like, just wait. as soon as you start looking around, you're going to get offers out the ass. And he was not kidding. The next day, after looking for about 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours of looking at records, the next day, holy shit, my inbox was flooded. So I'm not even really sure what I bought or didn't buy at this point. So this shit coming in, just have to see what it is and whatever. This is, I hope this one's open because I want to play this one. You know, I do like that these people put these little notes in here. And you may say, but why, Lou? Why do you love the notes? Well, the notes show that extra attention to detail. And by extra attention, I mean providing great customer service, providing a product, and if the product's not up to satisfaction, they're willing to listen. And if they're willing to listen and make corrections or amends or whatever they need to do to keep their business happy. Take a hint. Who doesn't do this? I will give you 10 seconds to decide while I open this up. Oh, this is going to be great. It's open. You're going to fucking love this. Golden Records. Okay, Golden Records. Pickwick Records. The more you listen, the more you'll recognize the same actors. Yeah, you know, that's actually funny. I read someplace that as you listen to all these records, these power records, it's like the guy who did, the Hulk was the same guy who did the Lone Ranger, the same guy who did Batman, Superman, they're all the same. All right, I think you guys are going to get a kick out of this one because this is real vintage. Give me a second, and I will show you. Settle down, Beavis, settle down. All right, just give me a sec, and then we'll show this one. I didn't even know this was coming in today. Okay, you ready? It's so exciting. Don't forget about our free giveaways. Like and subscribe. Ring that bell. By the way, who else stole the end of my video's piece? Get your own material. Okay, anyway. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Lone Ranger, the original radio broadcast. You know, Roger Gilbert runs We Are Migo. He put that site up, and then somebody came along and said, but that's not really Migo. We're the real We Are Migo. I'm going to make a real We Are Migo room, which is just ridiculous to me. Talk about childish. But this is from Nostalgia Lane. This is the Lone Ranger original radio broadcast. And I forget the actors' names. You have to forgive me. I know you guys know them. I don't remember the original actors, but this was one of those shows that I could just watch for hours. I love the Lone Ranger. And the Lone Ranger was great. Come on, Tonto. We have to save the town. But the guy who played Tonto was it Jay Silver? I think that was his name. Am I right? Was it Jay Silver? That guy was just fantastic. Wow. And there's wow, this is fantastic. Hold on, let's check this out. Because it's got the whole little story about the Lone Ranger. He was the last of the Texas Rangers. He was the Lone Ranger, his faithful companion Tonto, blah, blah, blah. All right. George Washington Trendle needed a new show in the cold winter of 1932, a new concept that could rescue his failing radio station from its dire straits. He was hard-pressed to fill the broadcast schedule of his Detroit radio station WXYZ. This is like out of Sesame Street. Having recently terminated his affiliation with the Columbia Broadcasting System, or CBS, He talked about all these guys. On January 30th, 1933, after months of work, the Lone Ranger made his debut. Jack Deeds provided the voice of the masked man, being replaced by George Seaton, today a popular motion picture producer, with the 7th episode. When Seaton left a few months later, studio manager Brace Beamer moved into it. So the studio manager came into the voice, so they changed it. The masked man's faithful Indian companion Tonto was brought to life by John Todd. Already in his 60s, when he began the role, he could have been one of the Lone Ranger's contemporaries, blah, 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 and it goes on. Then it talks about how the Lone Ranger went on, the actors, the years. This is really cool. Then the Lone Ranger's success led to the creation of another popular radio series. That's right, the Green Hornet. The Green Hornet. Britt Reed, the son of Dan Reed Jr. and the great-nephew of the Lone Ranger himself, assumed the guise of the Green Hornet. How about that? And then it goes on to talk about that. So this is 1977, Anthony Tolan, New York City, and Nostalgia Lane, Incorporated, Stamford, Connecticut. Write for free catalog. Do you guys think if I write to this address, I'll get a free catalog? 111 Prospect Street, Stamford, Connecticut. You know what? Let's go see what that is today. Hold on a second. 111. I love, looking up addresses, shit that's, really old. I did this for the Planet of the Apes adder kits, and I actually showed a picture because it's in Brooklyn, and you can still see the sign that says office above the door. I don't know what's in there now, if somebody lives in there or it's an actual office, but it's really cool. You can still see the original sign in there. Hold on, let's see this. Stamford. That's not too far from here. right, let's zoom in. All right, here we go. Let's give you guys a little view of what I'm working at. So you're going to have to give me a second while I do this. Let me share my screen. Let me pick the window. Let me find, where the hell is it? It's a Chrome tab. Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. That's not the one. Let's share, Chrome tab. Oh, here we go. Got it. Okay, share. All right, so here's Stanford. Let's do the street view. And there it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we zoom in a little? There is 117. No, I said 111. And they're showing me 117. Okay, let's see if we can move down. Where the hell is 117? So there's 111. This is so, I love when Google does this and there's like people, like in the, there's people in the pictures. Oh, here it is right here. There it is right there with this girl walking. Oh, no, she's not walking dog. So there's 111 Stanford Street, 111 Prospect Street, Stamford, Connecticut. And here it is. And this is where it all took place, Nostalgia Lane. If I write them, I'm wondering if I write them a letter. What is this? This looks like a historical sign. Let's see if we can see that. Oh, permit parking only. I thought that might be some kind of historical sign. All right, well, there's your building. Not too exciting, but that's about what I would expect from the 70s. Not too much going on there. Oh, you guys can't see it. Jesus Christ, I hate this fucking thing. You have to do that. All right, here we go. Let's go over here. Sorry, guys. I thought you guys could see it. Here it is, 111. There it is right there, 111 Prospect Street, Stamford, where Nostalgia Lane is. I think I'm going to write them a letter. I just want to see, what happens. I want to see what happens when they get it and say, what the fuck is this? All right, should we see what's going on with the Lone Ranger? Let's check it out. Jay Silverheels. Thank you, Jay Silverheels. All right, I was close. Not great, Jay Silverheels. Kind of close. All right, let's see what we got. Side 1, the Lone Ranger. Let's get rid of the 45 piece. I'm sitting flicking pickings, and I'm flicking through the pickings. All right, let's see. You guys ready? Oh, God, you got to love the overture of William Tell for the Lone Ranger. Couldn't pick a better song with that. That was like some sci-fi shit. Could you have picked a better song for the Lone Ranger, in all honesty? I mean, it was not written. It was not written for the Lone Ranger. It was written way before.
With the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger.
So did they actually have a guy doing this? To do the horse? To do the horse sounds? Yeah, it was obviously written way before the Lone Ranger, but it's a perfect song for it.
This is the legend of a man who buried his identity to dedicate his life to the service of humanity and country. It is the story of the origin of the Lone Ranger.
And of course, Marx's Gabriel series, which excellent collectible figures, incomplete.
Had to be brave men and women, ready to fight for their lives at any moment.
Actually, we can
There
bring
was
this
danger
up.
on every side.
There's some of the Lone Ranger stuff.
Savage Indians and the Cavendish gang.
There's some of our sets in here.
Butch Cavendish headed a pack of outlaws.
Still on the prowl to get more of those Lone Ranger sets. There's Butch, bad man, Butch.
The Cavendish gang attacked ranches and towns as
So-
well as wagon trains. Everyone feared Butch Cavendish.
Has there ever been a kid named Butch that wasn't an asshole? I mean, in all seriousness. Everybody named Butch seems to be Butch on Little Rascal was assholes. Butch Cassidy was an ass, Butch Cavendish was an asshole. Butch Cassidy, actually, he wasn't an asshole. Butch is a really interesting name. I don't even know where that name comes from, but I can't imagine giving somebody the name Butch because it's 3/4 of butcher, and we know what butchers do. So I think they're all destined for. Some bad days with the name Butch. Okay. Clayton Moore is a Lone Ranger. Thank you. And Jay Silverheels. There we go. It's called Folly Work. Very nice. I have an episode special, and we talk about Werner von Braun. You played the whole. Oh, geez, I got to go find your episode. Rich, do you have that episode? You can post here. I'll throw it up on the screen so people can go check it out. Yeah, you guys are chatty fuckers, man. You guys are chatty fuckers. So very, very interesting. This is fantastic. You know what I'll be doing tonight while I'm finishing up my customer stuff? Is I will be listening to some serious albums tonight, The Lone Ranger. So I asked Rich Hurley, Dr. Durant, and I'm going to stop saying this eventually. We're just going to kind of make it a mainstream. They say if you'd say the same thing a million times over, eventually people get it. But just like I say, Sanchez, you know it's Brian Sanchez. Or the $6 Million Man, we know it's David Alexander. But I asked him about records that were unopened and sealed. And does he open them? And he says, heck yes. And I agree with him. I'm going to open them too because I want to hear them. Because it's great to have all that. But if all that history is trapped on that piece of vinyl and I can't hear it, it's kind of like a little bit of a loss. All right, I'm going to show two other things real fast. If I can remember what the fuck they were. Oh, yes. I'm going to bring these up real fast. I'm not going to go crazy on these. Because I don't have the collection that some of you guys have. But we're going to bring some of these up, and I'll show you some examples. Because these guys are badass. Now, these sit in the shelf behind me. And most of you guys don't know that because you probably can't see it. Because I'm usually blocking it. And I just have a few, like I said. I'm going to show you the ones that I have because I love them. The price on them has gone through the roof, and it's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so back in the day, there was a company called Remco. You remember Remco? They eventually all got merged in with Azraq Hamway and so on, or purchased. There was a whole purchasing thing. I'm not going to go into it now. But they made these really great figures. Now, some of the history I'm going to give you came from Ray Castile and other people. So it's not like I'm some expert and know all this. These are things I've picked up while collecting. Just like all you fuckers that know everything about Migo have come to learn that the top exclusives weren't so exclusive anymore, were they? Wah, wah. All right. Anyway, I just love taking digs and shit. All right. So this is Remco, the official Universal Studios, The Mummy. And it's got that badass fucking Karloff artwork mummy, right? What was great about these? Well, first of all, they came in 9 inches. Second of all, they did some great action shots on the back. And the figures glowed in the dark, as you can see in this top picture over here. In addition to that, they had Monster Crush action. And Monster Crush was you press the button on the back, and the arms, I wish I had one, didn't have stuff. The arms, if you've never seen one, let me take this apart. Do I have to? Okay. Let's see if I can do this without being too much. Take it apart. If you've never seen them, the arms are flexible. That's right. They're all flexible. So when you did your Monster Crush, the arms could squeeze. Fantastic. But all the artwork shows each of the characters bear hugging another monster. So this one, for example, is the Mummy bear hugging Frankenstein. I think they have Frankenstein. Let's say Dracula is also doing Frankenstein and also trying to bite his neck. And Frankenstein is bear hugging the Wolfman. The Wolfman happens to be extremely expensive, by the way. Him, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Phantom of the Opera, which came with a mask, a hat. It's basically untouchable for me. But the versions that I collect more than anything else, because they just had regular ones. But then they also made this version with the free inside, the Mummy iron-on patch. And what it came with was a glow-in-the-dark ring, which is in this top corner over here. God, this reversed up. And a patch. I'm going to open this up to show you because I've already opened it before. And then some really great artwork. And here's your proof of purchase. God, that really looks like the Mego proof of purchase from the Migos World Greatest. And I wonder which one stole it from who. Not saying there's credibility issues. Oh, man. But Super 7. But, yeah. But then they show these two kids. And they're really enjoying their Monsterizer. And this Monsterizer is in great shape. Because, number one, it's a prototype. Because the lights on it are white. Glow-in-the-dark white instead of the green ones that we have here. And definitely the colors are a little different. But it's fantastic. All right, and they tell you, here's what you get. Count Dracula, number 752. The Wolfman, number 754. Frankenstein monster, number 751. The Mummy, number 753. The Monsterizing Machine with weird buzzing light, cranking action, and glow-in-the-dark. Oh, that's right. Mine doesn't make sound. I have to fix that. Mine actually just got the light going. So here's Dracula out of the package, as you can see. Let's see if we can get him to, let's see if his crush action works. Yeah. Supposed to raise his arms. Hang on if I remember how to do this. Raise his arms. If this cape will let him do it. Can we crush? Yeah, he could crush a little bit. And you can actually, I think I have to bring his arms out a little more and he'll crush more. But he's pretty fantastic. When you take a look, they did a nice job with the figure. Glow-in-the-dark head. Right? Now remember, all the monsters from this line were official Universal Studios, except Dracula. This is the only one. And I didn't catch this. You know who caught that? You got it, Mr. Raymond Castile. See this box? Official Universal. And here's Frankenstein. Official Universal. That's why they've got that amazing Karloff likeness. And then you've got just Count Dracula, not official. Now, he's got, to me, that Christopher Lee look to him. I have to be honest, he looks pretty Christopher Lee. Or somebody that looks like Christopher Lee, in my opinion. But he's not the official Universal. I don't know what the whole process is. I believe Dr. Durant does videos on them, and I also know Ray does, and you can go check all that stuff out. They did have the bendable knees. They came with shoes. He came with a really long cape, if you will. Matter of fact, the style of this guy is, if you look at the Ahai monsters and so on at the time, and even the Mego Dracula, they all got that same kind of style with the black cape and the printed on, usually the printed on vampire metal with all that shit. But they're really great. Squishy heads, and so on. So let's open and see what's in the box. We'll open up because I'm like getting way analyzed. This Dracula open. This Dracula's open. I'll open him first. Now, when I open this, it came with a sleeve, and you're going to see there's Ziploc bags inside because for mine, my fear is losing the iron-on patch. The reason I collect them is the iron-on patch. I mean, the monster itself. So I put all my stuff that's inside, including the instructions, in a Ziploc bag because this iron-on patch, which is wafer thin, name that movie, Sanchez, which is wafer thin, will slide right out of the package in the right environment. It'll slip right between the cardboard, and I don't want it to get lost, which is probably things that happen. But if you take a look, here's Dracula in the package. I mean, he's basically untouched until I just went through them. You could see this skull glow ring, and then you actually get the instructions. I'll open these up. And they all have basically this similar instructions and patch, just depending which guy it was, depending which patch you got. And then I'll give you a little info on that patch. Here's Dracula's iron-on patch. I mean, he doesn't even look like the figure that they didn't think, but he's really badass. If you take a look at that, there he is, Dracula. He's definitely different than what's on the box. I can tell you that. Way different. He's even got his hair part in the middle. He kind of looks like, to be honest with you, that Dracula patch looks like, what the hell's his name? Who's the cool ghoul? Oh, I can't think of his name. Jesus Christ. Zachary. That's what he looks like to me. But what I do also like about the instructions, and again, when they do the instructions, they didn't just send a generic instruction of Monster Crush action. They actually put the monster was for. So here's Count Dracula. It's the same process for all. It was actually made for the figure. And I think that just shows like people took that little bit of extra time to do that. He's tie wrapped, not plastic zip tied, but he's tie wrapped with a twisty tie to the board. And so you can see that. All right, I'm going to get this back in. I put this inside just so I don't lose the patch. I'm actually going to do it the other way. Any questions on that so far? I'm going down here. Let me go down because I'm missing comments like crazy. Let's see. I'm still kicking myself for passing on the Remco Frankenstein years ago. I know. They're so expensive now. And I have a Wolfman, but he's got one leg is not correct. So the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, I believe if I remember correctly, their feet, and maybe the legs and maybe even their hands are a little bit different. The Wolfman, I was going to show you in a minute, instead of having the glow legs, he actually has brown. his brown legs all the way up. Let's put him out. I'll show it to you. Because this guy's actually, he's only got... Right, get him out. Okay, come on out, Wolfman. So here's the Wolfman. So this one, some kid clearly went batshit, or some dog and ripped his leg off. You can see the pants are ripped and so on. The head's in great shape. The body's actually brown, so glow-in-the-dark. He has glow-in-the-dark hands. But even the feet, if you take, let me just take, yeah. So he's got glow-in-the-dark legs, but he's got a brown foot. So this is not his original leg. This is either Frankenstein, Dracula, or Mummy. It's the same leg. It's just molded different color and it glows in the dark all the way. All right, let's get him back in because I want to put him in. You know, it's always funny. I crack up because I see like I just kind of like haphazardly do this shit. And I watch when Ray does it. He does it with the white gloves and everything because he's very, very, very careful and very respectful of his stuff. Johnny, everything's mint. He ain't open his shit. I don't know how he gets by with that. I always say to him, how do you do that? But yeah, so there's Dracula. Frankenstein, you can take a nice look. These are very, very good. These are good monsters. I mean, these are very much to their day. The style of the 60s, 70s monsters. You got to love them. And the Mummy I like. He's not my favorite, but I do like what they did. So they gave him basically a bodysuit, and they printed on the wraps. It's cool. The reason I like it is because every A-high mummy that I have, they wrap them in cloth, which is absolutely fantastic, like a real mummy. But they use like a tape. I don't know if it's almost like a hospital tape. And when that dries out, it just likes to unwrap. So you have to be very careful. All right, let's get these out of the way. Unfortunately, I don't have the Phantom, the Mummy, the Phantom, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, or a full Wolfman to show you. This actually was sent or traded to me, I forget. And somebody put another pair of pants on underneath to kind of cover that leg because either he blew ass out and blew that leg right off, which is very possible, or not. The Monsterizer, if you will, I am missing, if you take a look, I'm missing a strap up top. Now this strap, you could strap his feet in, you could strap the body across, this would lift up. They're green. I don't know, do these even glow in the dark, Rich? Do you know if those glow in the dark? Because I don't remember if they actually glow in the dark or not. I know when you look at the box and they show the Monsterizer, those are glow in the dark posts. They're different. And a lot of people will lose these. They're kind of a soft plastic, if you will. They're not very, whatever. But basically your battery compartment's on the bottom. You have a crank over here. Now mine's also missing the stickers. I don't know if they came off. It almost looks like they were never applied because there's not even remnants of the stickers on mine. Usually you'll see like remnants that were stickers that you could apply across. But basically what happens is you can lift it up. You strap your monster on. Let's bring this down. You strap your monster in. That's what she said. You crank him back without him getting caught on the... this is a real thing. Back he goes. He goes to the Monsterizer machine, and with the batteries and putting this on, you would get this lighting effect that would light up the face, and then eventually the figure could glow, right? Because it's a glow figure. But this actually is supposed to go bzzz and so on. So that's not working right now, so I realize I have to go in and hook that up. It's a very basic electrical concept. Even if you're not an electrical expert, you can figure this out. It's really not that hard. There's just 2 wires for the light. They go inside. You open this up. It's pretty much hollow inside. And then when you crank your figure out, and you take your monster out, that's what she said, and you hold him in the dark, he should glow. He glows a little bit. It's a little hard to show the glow in here, but the actual glow. So the glow actually goes to the face, and off it goes. Now, one of my favorite videos is the one that Ray does in the Remco monsters. And I love Ray's face when he says how he really likes the Remco monsters, but his least favorite toy is the Monsterizer. And it's just funny. It's like, I can't remember his exact words, but something like, I don't really get why they'd make this thing. And basically, it's monsters, I think, and they're just trying to do a laboratory, as I know he knows. But, I believe Ray's thoughts on it would be that, hey, why couldn't you make something better to go with these really awesome action figures? I happen to love the Monsterizer. Now, they also have, as you guys know, the little tiny, 3 3/4, 3-inch figures, and they made a mini Monsterizer. The mini Monsterizer goes for way more, what I've seen, than the 9-inch scale one. This 9-inch scale Monsterizer that I have, really, I got it for a really cheap price because I was watching them go upwards of $400 to $600, sometimes $800. Small ones I've seen go as much as $1,500, and they're for the little figures. Basically the same idea. But as far as being able to get them, I don't know. I saw I haven't seen one in a while, but last year I think it was, or maybe when I bought this one 2 years ago, they were popping up all over the place. Like, everybody was trying to get rid of them, and they're selling them. But I haven't seen any in a while. They're not the cheapest thing you're ever going to buy in your collection. My advice is get them. I think Ray would tell you don't because he doesn't like them. I love them. They're a great 70s toy. And yes, they are what we call so 70s. All right, let's get these back on there. Any questions on that? I don't think so. You guys realize I wing all this shit? These are not prepared videos. Just like your lounge, they're just winged with no preparation, like zero preparation. And sometimes that really shows, especially in the group shots. Rich, how's that buffet? Did you get that buffet set up? We're going to have a free buffet, so you can come in and check it out. All right, I'm going to do one last thing. Wait, what'd you say? Hold on. Who said what? Johnny has birthday and Christmas presents. That's true. He does. He has Christmas presents untouched. That's true. That is true. All right, I'm going to show the last thing. I did these, I think, live once, but we're going to do them here because I love them. So as much as I'm not a big fan of the new Mego company that's out there, that's weird. That just completely opened up on me. Wow, that was bizarre. I do like original Mego things, some things. I like the 1 million BC figures. I do have a Zorro figure down there without outfit, or nude for those of you guys. And these I really, really like. I'm not a big fan of anything else. I pretty much unloaded all that stuff, but I like these. These are the Mego Star Trek Communicators. And when I saw these, I couldn't pass them up. One, because I had them when I was 5. They came as a gift. And I remember running around the yard with these things and pulling this giant-ass antenna out. Pulling that giant-ass antenna out. Turning it on. All the static. Flipping the button. Right? And if you flip it quick, it pops the communicator open. If you hold it, and the harder you press it, the longer the alarm goes. So what you were supposed to do, and this is going to get back because we're going to have a lot of feedback. So I'm going to bring these down. And, remember in those days, they didn't have flexible antennas. This was basically the same antenna your dad had on his car. And they bent and broke like everything else, especially with kids. All right, hang on. All right, well. Oh, he sounds like he needs his batteries changed. But if you take a look inside, it says communicator, and it's got all this fake-ass plastic lights and shit in the speaker, but it's actually quite cool. And all these were walkie-talkies, so let's see if we can get them to work. Roger, right on. Oh. Roger, right on. Roger, right on. Roger, right on. Why are we not working? Let's see. Hold on. Oof. Yeah, you can hear it. Roger, right on. Roger, right on. I love this. Ooh. Let's see. So you're supposed to be able to push this button and send to there. Ooh. I can hear it coming. Wow. Yeah, I can hear it coming through. Oh my God, we have to turn these off. The static is absolutely killing, and the batteries definitely need to be replaced because this one's barely putting out the the sound. But these actually, when I got these, are actually in really good shape. This one actually, you open them, you just basically pop the back, right? And when you have as a clip for your belt. Now, if you guys feel the weight of these in your hand, they've got to be at least, I don't know, they've got to be at least close to 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. But you just take a look at the circuitry that went into these things. Obviously, that's not Star Trek. That's not the future of electronics. That is just a regular, tiny little walkie-talkie that they shoved into this blue style case. They came with a 9-volt battery. And the best part, I love this. Ready? 9-volt. Can you see that? Dry battery. If you don't know the difference between a dry battery and a wet battery, go look it up. It's actually funny that they would actually put this in, and that actually they would tell you to put a dry battery in. Now, I just noticed something I didn't see before because I open these up. Okay. The date of manufacture on this. Okay, so I want to show you. It's right there. It's stamped. Date of manufacture, June 1907, and then the last part where the guy stamped it, it's off the sticker, so you can't see it. Wow, man, this is just tiny little technology. Let's open the other one and see if it's in there. Basically, we just clip that back on, if I remember correctly. Come on, get in there. And goes the bottom. Oh my God, such a pain in the ass. Get the bottom in, and then the top. There we go. Let's see if the other one will open up for us. But just, there we go. Got it. Okay. So if you guys can see that, it might be hard to see, but right on there is the date of manufacture. June 1975 is when these two particular units were put out. I mean, that's just some crazy ass old school circuitry. All right, so let's date that, 1975. These are almost 50 years old, and they still work. Not to say that toys were built with the highest quality, but standards for things back then were way different. Some things, there were some cheap stuff. We had the cheap knockoff toys like our Tomlins for 99 cents, and they were crappy, but just fantastic, the kind of stuff that they put in. And these are heavy. These are not, that little clip was not going to hold that to your belt. I could tell you, we used to run with them. You put it on the clip, you try and stick it in your pants, on your belt pants. It's too thin, it broke. The damn thing's too heavy, you go flying off. The antenna's up, bent, broke, you go crying, and you have to go get a new antenna. Back in the day, you just couldn't go on Amazon and buy a new antenna, obviously. You had to find one in an electronics shop if they had them, or buy a new set. So, that is it. I've been on here for, oh my God, almost an hour. That's just about 57 minutes too long. Next time, we'll show you some other cool stuff. I have more and more records coming in, which I forgot they're all coming in. I think hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be caught up. I have some really cool, oh my God, I almost forgot to show you guys. Before we do this, one last thing. Or should I save this for another? Nah, fuck it. So I did not realize Johnny did a whole video on these. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save these for another one because it's getting late. But what I am going to show you something that I really like. I don't really buy Transformer stuff. Very rare I buy some Transformers. Not because I don't like it. It's just it's not my thing. But every once in a while, I'll see a really cool Transformer figure. And we're going to open one of these up here live. So when I watched the movie, they had Soundwave. But the Soundwave guy is way different than the one back in the day when Soundwave was basically this robot that turned into a cassette player. This is a very, very small version of Soundwave. What I thought was really cool on the other one, so it turned into a cassette player, like a little Sony Walkman, and then when you open them up, the cassette came out and it turned into another robot. This actually has, this is Soundwave, it's like an original Soundwave. He's tiny. He's got the cassette goes inside, you can see in the back. I bought two because I'm opening one. You know, they had to shut Walmart down. Don't worry, I'm not scalping them. I'm opening them. So we're going to open this one up. And I love this kind of cool shit here. So here's Soundwave. We're going to get him out of here. He's small, man. He's only like 3.5 inches. Very small. Like I said, I don't really collect Transformers. But this one I had to get. I'm like, I got to get this thing because I think it's cool. It's got the little cassette inside. Now this one, if there's really a cassette inside, which I believe there is, I could be wrong. There may not be. Nope, there is. I don't think the cassette transforms because it's too small. On the bigger model, yes. On one of these days, I will get a vintage Soundwave figure where the cassette comes out. I think he came with like 3 or 4 cassettes, and each one transformed to a different robot. We'll do that right now. No, we'll open this guy up. There we go. All right, so I don't even know what Kingdom War on Cybertron is. I have no idea. I guess it's a program. Who even makes this thing? Is it Bandai? Maybe by, I don't know. I got these at Walmart. Oh, Hasbro. I'm sorry. These are Hasbro. Sorry, that's right. Hasbro's all the rights. So basically, all right. So I'm not going to even try and transform him because it's just going to be a mess me trying to do that. But he's pretty posable for this little figure. He's got some extra parts. This looks like he's got some kind of laser or rocket launcher, if you will. That goes, looks like there's a peg hole for it. And he has some other part, which, I don't know. Oh, I guess you can change it. Oh, looks like, all right, so I guess you could put one or the other in. Okay, one or the other. You can put it in the peg hole. Get the peg in the hole. Is that where we're going? Oh, it's here. Sorry. We'll go here. I don't fucking know. I got to look it up. Anyway, what's pretty cool about this guy, as small as he is, right? The front part of him does open. And where the hell is it? It opens all the way. It's a cassette player, right? Well, he turns into a cassette player. And yeah, this does not transform. But inside is an actual mini cassette. Like I said, in the bigger version of this little cassette will actually transform into another Transformer robot and then jump back in, and then he converts into I guess a cassette player. You can see he's even got the play buttons and shit on him, which I think it's funny. There's something really funny about the Transformers, the kind of things they turn into. Crack me up, some of them. But that's actually pretty cool that it actually has that mini cassette in there. So we'll work on getting the big one. He hasn't been in my affordability range based on priority for other things that I want vintage. But one for the shelf and one to open. That's what we should have called this program. One for the shelf and one to open. Or we could call it Between Two Ferns. All right, that is it. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I just like to say peace to everybody. And for those of you going to Migo Meet this year, congratulations. Have a really good time. Let me know how the coins are. I'm not really sure that I'll be getting any coins. I don't know what their true value is. It's possible that Migo's starting its own Bitcoin or something. Who knows? Maybe they're tradable for, I don't know. I think Brian Sanchez figured it out. They might be tradable for some kind of, I have no idea. I don't know. What the hell would you even use them for? I don't know. I guess they're like challenge coins. You just collect them because they're Migo. Is that it? And, while that's kind of, we're discussing that real quick, like I said, before I get the fuck out of here again, it's interesting that all these Topps figures are now going to be available at retail. And I'm going to say that, well, so far we're converting them pretty good. I'm going to say is that if you didn't see that coming, you didn't do it, and you went up and getting the figures and so on, that's great for you that you got them. But there is no way, it's actually pretty easy to confirm. There's no way they were going to just put them out for Topps. You're going to put figures out for a week? Come on, guys, seriously? And for the people that are out there saying that people are opening 2-packs, that they're opening 2-packs and swapping the figures out and returning them, yeah, I mean, listen, we can debate that all day if you want, but let's be realistic. If you're going to go to the trouble to take the figures out, you're probably going to take the coin with it, I'm pretty sure. And you might replace it with some, I don't know, Chuck E. Cheese token or something like that. Because why would you go to the trouble to do all that just to return it? Because they're overpriced? Maybe. But it looks to me like somebody has a lot of old stock of shit that didn't sell that they're trying to get rid of. And again, that's okay too. Listen, it's a toy company. Not everything sells. You just do the best you can. All right, I think I've just about got this guy figured out. Well, almost. Hopefully by next time, but he's getting there. We're starting to pull him into the Zoom box. But he's getting there. we'll get them eventually. I got to get the handle going on them. But other than that, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe, please. We will do more great talks on all kinds of shit. And toys, let me know your suggestions. We're open 24/7, willing to listen. No, but in all seriousness, we love just coming down here and talking shop and talking toys and so on. And there's a billion things in here. I've got shit in here that I don't think anybody else even knows existed, because I don't think anybody else would be stupid enough to collect it. But we'll bring those up in time. All right, other than that, peace, bitches.